edit my Instagram photos and just the apps I use and what I like to use on those apps, and just, yeah, how I edit my Instagram photos. So recently I have been getting a ton of requests on how I edit my Instagram photos, especially since I have changed my Instagram theme to like a square, colorful theme. This is just kind of more of a updated how I edit my Instagram photos, since I have already done one on my old theme, and this is just one on my new theme, so yeah. So like I said, at the moment my theme is a square, very colorful theme with lots of bright colors and brightness, and I think that this new theme like reflects me and my videos a lot more than my old one did. And my old theme was like that tilted photo theme with just no specific type of filter. It was kind of like all around the place. I filmed that video back in the winter, so it's pretty old, but I'll link it down below if you want to see it. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on to how I edit my new Instagram theme photos. So to start off, this is my Instagram and my theme at the moment. As you can see, it's fairly new since it starts about 5 rows down, so it's pretty new, but I'm pretty proud of how it's turning out so far. And if you didn't already know, my Instagram is Ella_Elbells. Same as my Twitter, and my Snapchat is Elbells, but that's kind of off topic. But anyway, you guys should follow my Instagram. I am at 26.2K, so maybe we can get 27K soon. I have a whole folder on my phone dedicated to my editing apps, and I call it my Make Me Pretty folder because, let's be honest, all those filters definitely add some attractiveness here. So in this folder, I have tons of different apps, but the ones I use the most are Snapseed, Afterlight, VSCO Cam, and Facetune. So those are just my go-to apps to use when I make my photos. So we're just gonna start off with Snapseed, which I pretty much use to edit like selective color areas. So I'm just gonna start off by picking a photo from my camera roll, and we're just gonna go with this s'mores photo I took, I think, last night or something, so it's pretty new and it's completely unedited. So to start off on this app, I tend to use the selective portion of this. So I go to the selective tool and I just click whatever part of the photo I want to make more even. I'll adjust the brightness of that so it kind of, the background kind of like stays one color throughout the whole photo. Because as you can see in the before, I kind of like graded off into the edges. I'm not trying to describe that, so I'm just going to brighten up some certain parts of the photo by just dragging these little dots and then brightening it up. I think that makes sense. I don't know, but yeah, so this is the before and this is the after. And as you can see, the background color is a lot more even and just looks a lot brighter and better. So once I've done that, I will just save it to my camera roll, and that is usually the first step in my Instagram editing photos routine. So next up, I'm gonna go into VSCO Cam, and this is probably one of my favorite editing apps of all time. So I'm just gonna click the photo that I saved to my camera roll and just import it into VSCO Cam. So next, going on to the filters in this app literally has the best filters ever. Like, it's probably one of my favorite filter apps. So I tend to use the C1 filter, which is called C1/Vibrant, and I'll just put that at like +8 or +7. I usually keep it around there because when the filter's on like +12, it's pretty intense. So I'll keep it around like +8 or +7. And next to go into the actual like specific adjustments part, like brightness, contrast, saturation. So I'll start off with making the brightness a little bit lower because this is slightly overexposed. I'll also go into the contrast portion of this and make it a little more contrasted. So next, I'll always go into the saturation portion of this and make it super saturated because my theme is very colorful, like I said, and super vibrant and saturated. I mean, my whole life is like saturation 100%, but my Instagram theme is like saturation like +4. So yeah, I'm just gonna make that +4 saturation. So when I saturated the photo, it made my skin tone a little bit reddish, and I don't really like that. So I just go to the skin tone portion of this app, and I change the tone of my skin to more of a greenish hue type of thing, and that just like subtly fixes the redness. So this is the before, this is the after so far. Pretty subtle, but for the most part, it's very colorful and bright and just a lot better than the original photo I took. I also like to go into the adjust shadows save thing, and I'll just make that like +7 to make it a little less dark in some awkward places, so just kind of fix that a little bit. And I'll also go into the temperature portion of this app and make it like +1, so it has some warmer undertones to it. And that is the before, and this is the after so far on this app. So that is pretty much all I'm going to do for the VSCO Cam app. So I'm just going to save that to my camera roll. So next, moving on to the app Facetune, and I usually use this app mostly for like smoothing my skin if I have like a blemish on it, or just repatching like stain on my shirt, or I don't know, just like little things. I don't like morph my body or anything, like I'm not into like that big of a Photoshop, but just like a tiny little adjustment to like patch up a little awkward mark on the picture. I'll definitely use Facetune for that. So starting off, I'm just going to go into my camera roll on Facetune and open up the photo I just saved from VSCO Cam to my camera roll, and I'm just going to open that up. And next what I'm going to do is take the patch tool on this app and just kind of use that to fix this awkward little line like right here. So this magnifying thing right here magnifies what it's on, and I'll just drag that over the line so it kind of covers it up and makes it a little less like liney and more seamless, so it kind of blends into the picture. So I'm just going to drag that little patch thing over the line. And as you can see, that patch tool definitely made a difference in that, and the line is less like in your face and it's more hidden. So that is just all I'm going to do for this app. I don't want to like hide it too much so it's like too photoshopped, but that's pretty much what I'll do for the most part on pictures. My skin looks a little bit weird here, so I'm going to just smooth that out a little bit so it's less veiny, and I don't know, it looks kind of weird, so I'm just going to smooth that out just a teeny bit. So that is all I use for the Facetune app. So this is the before and this is the after, and it looks a little bit better. It's very subtle, but it definitely, there is a difference here, so yeah. So I'll just save that to my camera roll, and that for the most part is how I edit my Instagram photos. Obviously, for each photo, I edit it a little bit differently, but this is kind of like the gist of how I edit. So hopefully you guys got some intel out of this video. And now if you want to make an Instagram theme like mine, you can do that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below naming what video you guys want to see next. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!